Hi, I'm Sarah Roble, functional medicine practitioner. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am going to speak about sleep and sleep hygiene. I think everyone understands how important sleep is to our health and well-being. I know that when I don't get enough sleep, I'm not a happy girl. So when we sleep, the body is doing so much. It is when the body is making hormones and neurotransmitters. The body is healing from oxidative damage caused by free radicals. And this is also when our body helps us process emotions and thoughts we've had. So we are able to sleep because of the actions of the pineal gland. The pineal gland secretes melatonin. We need enough melatonin to not only fall asleep, but to stay asleep. So melatonin gets secreted in the evenings and it's greatly affected by light. So when it's light out, we're not making as much melatonin as when it starts getting dark. We also need to have our cortisol levels falling in order for the pineal gland to kick out melatonin. So if you miss my last video when I talk about the power of the parasympathetic system, I suggest you revisit it because it really explains how important it is to be in a calm state, that feed and breathe, rest and digest state of the parasympathetic state. Because when we're not in this state and we're on that fight or flight mode, then our body's kicking out cortisol, and we need cortisol in order to be able to run and fight for our lives. But if our cortisol is high, then we're not going to produce enough melatonin in order to be able to go to sleep or stay asleep. So this brings me to my next topic, which is sleep hygiene. So what is sleep hygiene? Basically, sleep hygiene is a series of choices and behaviors that we can do to help try to get a better night's sleep. So light is very important. So I really recommend that most people stop using anything that is stimulating about an hour or so before you go to sleep. So this means not watching shows or movies that get you excited or scared. You shouldn't be having vigorous conversations or vigorous exercise. Don't do things that stress you out, like doing your bills, thinking about all the things you have to get done tomorrow. You also want to, as I said, stay off the electronics because they emit blue light, or turn down the blue light on whichever device you're using, or get those special blue light goggles. It helps to have a bedtime routine, so this might be doing things that are calm, like reading a book, maybe folding laundry, take a nice leisurely walk, play with an animal, gently. Just anything that's going to relax you versus getting you wound up. Other things to think about are stimulants. So some people are very sensitive to stimulants like caffeine. Chocolate's a stimulant. Tea can be a stimulant, even green tea. So I recommend not having any caffeine after around noon. This is something that you may need to experiment with, but for the general population, if you're having a hard time sleeping and you look back and see that you tend to have a cup of coffee around 3, or maybe have some chocolate at dinner or for an afternoon snack, this could really be affecting your sleep. So the other things to think about are the condition of your room. So experts say that you should make your bedroom sacred for sleeping, that it should only be used for sleeping and for relations. So with that being said, you want to make it an environment that is very conducive to sleep. So things that can be done are looking at how good your mattress is. Is it really old? Is there a big divot in the middle? Well, it might be time to get a new one. Or if that's not in your cards, then you could buy some mattress pads or put a few of those on to get some more, make your bed more comfortable. The other thing you can think about is looking at your pillows. Maybe get some new pillows. You may want to play around and see what height works best for you so you can get really comfy. I would suggest not having the Wi-Fi on at night in the bedroom, and even not using your phones as an alarm clock, but rather even getting one of those old school alarm clocks. You want to make it quiet in the bedroom, but not too quiet. If you have a partner that snores, you may want to invest in some earplugs. You also may want to use a fan or some other device that's going to block off sound so that you can get to bed. The other thing that's important is that if your animal sleeps with you in the bedroom, you may, and keeps you awake, you may need to keep the animal out. I know, I have a puppy. I love him in my bedroom. But sometimes we have to make decisions that allow us to get good quality sleep. And definitely if you have allergies, you don't want the dog sleeping in the bed with you. Another really important concept is not eating too late before you go to bed. So I recommend most people don't eat 3 hours before they go to bed. So if you try all these things and you're still having a hard time going to sleep, then one thing you could do is to try to take some melatonin. I would start off low and slow. And before you take any new medications, I would absolutely check with your healthcare provider to make sure it's safe for you to do so. So if it is safe for you to do so, then you could take melatonin 0.5 to 1 milligrams 30 minutes prior to sleep. Now, you may need to build this dose up, but I would recommend starting off slow, staying at this dose for a couple days to see how you do with it. If you do increase the dose too quickly, it may cause you to be groggy in the morning, and we definitely don't want to do that. So melatonin is safe for short-term use, but you wouldn't want to use this for an extended time because it can actually suppress your body's ability to make your own melatonin. So I hope you found this helpful. And if you have, please share it with friends and loved ones that you may think they might benefit from. Next time, I'm going to talk about things that can be waking us up in the middle of the night and some suggestions to have you get a good night's sleep and not get woken up. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.